Hello all, this is just a quick guide on Cliff um, for Advance of the Clan Wars, um, just to show you a few key positions, a few strats, what I think about when I'm FCing. Yeah, so let's get into it. Cliff, it's a very map dependent on your reactions as an FC more than probably most other maps. Maybe just Himmel would be equal to it, but just because it literally depends on what the enemy team is doing, and you need to react accordingly. You can play a lot of strats on this map, a lot of splits, but it all comes down to how you react to what the enemy team is doing. Right, let's get started on just a few key positions on Cliff. We'll start with north. This though can also be south. I'll do it in the south part later. But it's just this ramp. You're basically in any game on this map. You're always sending a CS here. Can be an EBR, but no one really uses EBR. But it's basically always a CS and eventually BZs. If you're bringing BZs. This spot is just you are spotting what's coming top side, and obviously, surprisingly, that's really important to know what's coming top side so you can react on Cliff. Second key position on Cliff is just behind this rock. I don't know. Maybe I need to zoom in a little bit for you, but it's here with a CS. I think you can take a 9-0 there, but most people take a CS because it's just always getting there in time. And this position shoots the ramp for you, and it also shoots anything that goes here. Just a very nice position. It stops them trying to play on this corner, or you can give 1 or 2 shots on people going to the hill. You have a little bush on this side, and you can just use it to outspot your opponents and shoot them and going back into cover for free, basically. It's used a lot if you're playing top side. If you're playing full ball, it's also quite useful because, if they try and run away, you can shoot them. So a very versatile position, a very good position to take. Should you take it every game? It's up to you. If you can take it and doesn't really affect your strat much, I probably would. But you don't need it for every game. But a very useful position nonetheless. Another key position for North, if you're playing a split, which is mostly bowl, if you're going I don't know, 9 tanks bowl or more, another key position is in these houses. Mostly it's like this and this. I mean, there's also a dip here that you can also use, but you can be shot from hill from it, so it's kind of better just to stay in the houses. Or this rock is very good. I think it's this rock because it has a bush, I think, on stuff. But basically, the idea is you stop them from over pushing. Well, not stop them, but if they do over push, they have to push all the way to you. Which is much better than trying to just push tanks here and pushing you off or whatever. It also stops people coming around the hill, which is also a tactic of people go up the hill straight with CSs, and they even maybe send double CS around the hill. Normally it's 260s though, but they send them around the hill not to go into this, but to go even further to A6 if possible, or just get into this one of these two hold downs or dips, whatever, because these shoot the back of hill on this ramp and this. Just another key position from north. Not really key, but quite a nice position if you can get it. Is this position here? You can go to the edge here, so you're not shot from here, and then you can shoot all of these people that are sitting here, basically. should only really go here if you have hill, because obviously you get shot all the way there, and then you get trapped there. So obviously you can't do it if they have hill, but very good if you can get it. If you control like full top side, or like control your mid and hill, you should probably always send at least one guy here so you can put people in crossfire here. And then you eventually get ideally to like a guy here that can peek here, and then you can kill basically all of this angles, and you win full top side. So a very nice position. As the third position that is key, is this little rock here. You normally get to it by pushing ball and then sending a CS or 260 or 277, whatever that's fast, to this rock. It's very useful. You can peek up in it and spot if there's 50 Bs lower or anything in here or here. Very useful. You can also, if you're like an IS-7 or something, you can also spot this, which is helpful. I don't know, if you somehow you have your whole team here, if for some reason you also have a guy here, he will see the team coming close to ball, so you know that they're going to repush ball. It's a very small scenario that's going to happen, but mostly this is just used to either shoot the guy, because most people put a CS here from south, you know, he just goes into this push. They go here to just shoot him and just trade 1-for-1 against the CS to try and kill him to eliminate that guy. But yeah, he mostly used to keep pressure on mid and I don't know, give one or two shots if he can to hill, but also spot lower side. Another quote-unquote key position from north is A5. You can put a serve there most of the time, Leo, CS. Just, you know, obviously it's basically made to cover the hill or any kind of push like this, though if you're doing this you're normally trying to spot the serve. But just a very nice position to have if you're playing full hill yourself. Or limited tanks hill, because they can't really overpeak on the tanks that are on hill because they have a sturve. And who doesn't want to get shot? Who wants to get shot by 4k DPM, right? He can also cover this, but most of the time, I mean, if you have double B here, then it may be, but if you only have like one tank, they normally will push this with two and go to here and then push away the sturve. That's the drop off. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Most people will play this position in random, so I would imagine you know of it already, but just to give it a quick overview. Okay, the south. First one is very obvious. It is ramp again. Same thing from south. You go here, you spot what's coming topside. I imagine most of you know this, but maybe for some reason there are some people that don't know. You use the ramp to spot this. Mostly you're using a CS to do this. Most of the time you should be going past the first gap with the CS just to spot them coming. It's very little risk to you because they see barely any of your turret and they have to be pre-aimed for it, which they should not be really. The second gap obviously is a lot more risky from both sides, but yeah, crossing the second gap is kind of up to the CS player. Another key position for a CS on south is this little hole here. I explained there's a counter to it here from north, but normally most people are sending a CS here. It serves two purposes. It gives crossfire for ball fights, and it also gives shots towards hill and the ramp, and people playing between the rocks and people playing here. It's a very versatile position, very good position for sure. Need to be a little careful about being blind fired. A lot of good teams will blind fire you here because they just know of the position. You can hide fully safe from this, but you will be shot in your ass from F1 if you do that. I would probably only send one CS here. You can send two, and then one probably makes a shield for the other person if they keep on getting spotted. And, you know, that's very annoying to kill because they just can't kill the guy behind the shield, really. But I think it's a bit of a waste of a tank most of the time. I think I'd rather just send the CS up the hill rather than send him to G2. I would send two here if you think they're coming full ball. If you think they're coming full ball and you want to fight them full ball, you know, like this and this, two CSs here, and like you get your positions here and here, you're very, 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 very good. Because this is so much DPM with these double CS. I mean, that's like 8k DPM basically. So a very annoying position. Another key position from south is this. Oh, well, this technically. If you are playing mostly topside and possibly doing split, you normally send one of your. If they're playing full top and playing around the hill, you normally break off one of your fast heavies to go into this hole down. There is a bush here that you can use to spot this, but most of the time you're just sitting in the hole down just to basically stop them from doing this play. It's kind of like the same from north, where you know you use these buildings and dips, but this side has this dip to stop people going around the hill and to the sniping position, which you might have a stove in. So yeah, you can go here. You also can climb this little rock pile and get up into this on behind this rock, which is very annoying to try and deal with, especially if you have hill. If you have hill like this, they can never push this guy ever, and he can provide crossfire if they overpush mid. Second key position from south is these rocks. You see it, I'm sure, in many strats. Most of you will know, but you put auto-loading tanks here, normally 50Bs or 40Bs here to punish the hill. You can also do it from like here or here, I think. But I think one of these two rocks is the best position for it because you get the best shots. You can go back to here if you start to get pushed as well with your 50Bs, but yeah, just these positions to shoot up on their ramp. Another position, not really key, but just to explain, is the TD position at the back. I'm sure we all know it from randoms when we see half our team sitting there, but yeah, it's just a position that you normally put a Sturv in. You can put a Hori, you can put a CS, you can put a Leo, you can take a 260 if you like for some reason really want, because you don't want to give away what you're putting here, but probably just take a CS if you don't do that. But yeah, he's just here to cover this push, any over push in mid, and to cover hill. He can also shoot people going bowl. He has a few shots. From here, since wargaming out of this rock, he has less shots, but if they peek up too wide or if they play here, he can get shot into bowl, which, you know, it might help you if, I don't know, for some reason the enemy team are just playing here, which I don't see why they would, but you never know. Also, can potentially kind of shoot them if they try and go out wide for your 50Bs, if you have 50Bs here. Not quite a key position, but very good if you can get it. But if you go full hill with lots of CS, and they don't have a Sturv, you should be trying to get this little bit of land or a ledge on the hill, because with this and this, you just crossfire their approach to hill, which is very nice. Obviously, who doesn't like crossfire? But you should only do it if you obviously get hill first, and there's no Sturv at the back, because he will just shred you for sitting here. But yeah, a very nice position if you can take it. First strat, we're just going to go for a hill play or full topside. So 4 CS, you can bring 5 if you want, it's kind of up to you. I'll bring 4. Then we bring double BZ to compete to contest the ramp. We have double 50B lower with 1 tank. It doesn't really matter what this tank is. I just bring a 260 so the enemy team can't read my lineup as well. If I bring a 9-0, it is possibly that I'm playing full topside because it tells you that they're leaving either the 9-0 here or here, more than likely. So I tend not to bring a 9-0 because it can tell the enemy team what you are doing. You can replace these with Fosh Bs. After they got buffed, the Fosh Bs are now pretty good. I myself bring Fosh Bs. They're just really good at fucking hill really badly. You know, they do like what, 5k if they hit all their shots of them going up the hill, so that's always good. I bring a Sturv just to stop them over pushing mid, or I mean they just get punished really hard if they do, and the rest can be 260s. So yeah, your opener is just you go hill with all your CSs, your BZs go top. Your 260s you can leave. I mean, it depends on what they do. If they come full top as well, if you think you have the timing, you can turn your 260s. All these 260s should have speed gov and turbo. So you can either turn to bowl if you think you have the timing. If they, I don't know, if they bring IS7s or anything slow, you can always maybe turn and get bowl. if they don't have 50Bs, you can maybe even take it with these 3 tanks. But most likely your play is, if they come full top, is just go around the hill with like double 260 here to shoot them in the back, basically. And they are forced to do something, really, because they can't sit here. They just get farmed. They can't really repush the 260s because they get farmed from full CSs on the hill. Their only real play is to basically go up the hill. That's kind of like their only play that is good. They can't overpush your side because you have Sturv, and hopefully your 260s are somewhat smart and they've taken good positions to not be YOLO'd, you know, behind houses and stuff, and then the CS is just farm and it's just death. You need to be careful to splits. If they bring like 4 lower, the rest top, they get bowl off you. They might pressure your 50Bs to like look somewhere else, and then they'll go up the hill, so you need to be careful there. Sometimes this strat will just be countered. I used to play topside like 2 years ago, maybe a year. Sometimes you just lose off opener. I mean, that is just cliff sometimes, but you can just lose off opener with this strat. So yeah. The other one that's probably quite a simple one is just going full bowl. I'm sure most of you would know how to do that, but just quickly, so yeah, you'll have 1 CS ramp, double CS in this little cubby hole. The rest can be 260s. If they come full bowl, you send 2 to the rock. Probably should bring 50Bs for this in case they come hill. So you just do this, you just go full bowl. If they come full bowl as well, you just send 2 to the rock to win it, and then your 260s, you need to decide what they do. Most of the time, you're going to your side. Like, you go to here, you do not go to their side because it lets them have crossfire on you from, like, if the people swing from top side. So you go to your side, and then you have a crossfire here with the double CS and 260s. There are times where the better play is technically to sit on the lower side if you can win rock, so then you can just play on the ramp, and then these CSs can peek, because like they can't really play here because of the CSs, that they can't play this corner because you're hull down against them. So you need to judge the situation if that works or not. Because I mean, you can't fit 6 tanks here. If they're double 50B, they will just get shot. Like, you can put like 2 tanks on like this ramp area, and they'll be normally safe, like here. But these two are like very basic strats. You know, you're just going full top or you're going full bottom. If you want to kind of like spice it up a little bit, you can do some kind of splits. We will do, I don't know, let's go like double 260 here, double CS here, CS here, the other 260s, I guess. Double BZ, stuff, and then the rest can be 260s, like this. And very quick idea is these people on the rock. Okay, thank you, Adobe. These 2 people on the rock, they are just a pain to kill. Basically, you tell your 50Bs to aim this way at the start to try and give like 2 or 3 shots to this. You then have these 260s coming in like this. They then, if they come full bolt, you then push the lower side to like here with like 4 of the 260s. The other 2 can sit on this corner. And your idea is kind of the same as ball, the full ball, is you kill the rock, hopefully with crossfire from these 2 angles. And then you win the rock, you win this, you have this, you have this. You kind of just win the game off of that, really. Like, their play is either they send more tanks and just fight you in probably worse positions for them because you have this insane crossfire. Or they try and go back to mid, and hopefully like take topside off of you. But hopefully your people have either gone to the hill or like are staying ramp and punishing it and then going up the hill. So like you need to decide with the BZs to go up the hill if they're trying to wrap around again, because since you win hill and bowl, you win cliff, right? Like you have to go for one of them. If you don't go for either, you lose the game because you know crossfires. So that is south. That's everything for south. Things to look for. If they bring like a 60 TP, like you see a 60 TP in the lineup, or you see an E5, they probably play them here, which is more than likely they're gonna play topside, because why would you bring like a tank that is very good for holding? I mean, I guess it could work in the opposite way. You're bringing a 60 TP to hold. Like you could do that, but if they're bringing an E5, they're probably playing top. Probably. But I mean, they could also play on it if they wanted. But I would say if you're bringing an E5, they're probably playing top. 60 TP, like they might be playing like back here with 1 or something, and then playing full ball. But you have to see on lineup. If they're bringing like so many 260s and like very little CSs, they're playing probably ball. If they're bringing a lot of BZs and like Russian heavies, they could be doing a split or full topside. I mean, like cliff is very hard to do on lineup. I mean, maybe I'll try and find some videos to add in to like show lineups and like what I thought they were gonna do. So I might do that just to kind of show you what I'm thinking during when I'm loading in to cliff. Other than that, if they're bringing lots of CSs from north, there's normally only one of 2 plays. They're either going full hill with all their CSs and like coming full topside, or they're doing like some kind of split with 260s and CSs going like this to make crossfires really quickly. If they have a serve, they're probably playing topside. Yeah. Another powerful position is this, because it stops them pushing around like this. So if they come full top, if you can get like a tank to here, it just stops them from doing this, and it's very nice. You can also go climb on top of this from this side with a 260 or IS7 or anything with speed, and just get up onto this rock. It's kind of annoying to push you away as long as you have hill. I think that's it for south. I shall see you either for north or showing you some videos or some openers to see what I was thinking. Okay, see you later. Okay, here is another example. This was from south. So, I mean, to me, this screams bowl. I don't think I can remember this game, but I think they go full ball. But this just screams full ball to me. They have no BZs. They have an E5. They have 3 CS. The 3 CSs I would have guessed probably like 1 on the ridge, 1 on mid, on the ramp. The other one maybe on the rock on D3, maybe another one on like D1. I mean, with our lineup, they could go 3 CSs hill, technically. But I mean, this lineup's a bit more diverse. Like they could go full top with this if they wanted. But I think because they don't have any BZs, and they have, I mean, this is first game, so they only have 14. Most people, when they have less tanks, they just will go full ball and just try and catch you off with 10 tanks or 12 or whatever, and just try and catch you. They could go full. They could go full top here. I actually don't remember what they did, but I mean, that e5 is very deceiving. That e5 makes me want to think topside, but they also could just go full ball and leave the e5 by himself. So we'll see, I guess. I think they go full top actually. My memory now kicking in. Oh no, they go full ball. My first reaction was right. I mean, in this situation, you have kind of two options. You can push over mid, just because they've gone full ball and they're going to this side, which you should. I mean, I guess it's fine because you're punishing CSs, but it also gives me the option to push over mid, especially because they only have CSs, and for some reason they decided not to go up the hill. If they went up the hill, we might be in a bit more trouble, but for some reason they decided to pussy out and run away. So we can just kind of just catch them here in a sec. I'm just going around the hill. So yeah, your options are probably just push over mid straight, which I could have done, or you just take the slow way, get double 260 out here, force them to repush into mid, and you fuck them for it. And here they come. I mean, yeah, they only have 14, but I mean we're already 10k up, so game is basically done. I'll just clean up. But yeah, I mean, the problem with Cliff, like this lineup can play kind of either. You just have to, you just have to guess, really. Right, hopefully this is the second example from South. This is from my rivals training that I did against Silent. Very late in what's that? Before May, before June, May, right? Yeah, May. Like late May, I did this. So this is kind of my rival Strat, basically. Right now, basically the new meta on Cliff right now is i7s at the quote-unquote top level. I mean, maybe some people have come up with something new for this rivals. But for now, this is the meta at the quote-unquote top level. So right now, there's a lot of teams. I mean, for now, look, we see no BZs, we see 4 CSs, we see double Fosh and a Sturv. My instincts would tell me there's going to be at least double Fosh lower side because there's nowhere else you can really put Fosh Bs. Sturv will most likely then also be A5 on the back ridge. So then it's like, where do their CSs and i7s then go? Because they have a Sturv, they're probably playing topside with their 4 CSs. Like, my initial thought would be 4 CSs up the hill, double Fosh B lower with Sturv covering, and then the rest of the i7s either topside or, I mean, it'd probably be topside if my guess would be, just based off that Sturv. And like, that's what I mean when it's like reading lineups of 1 or 2 tanks. You know, they have a Sturv, probably topside. They have no BZs, could be full ball. You just have to guess on the rest of their lineup then, if they have no BZs and 1 Sturv. We'll see what they do. This is like, so yeah. My strat is I'm pushing i7s because they're a bit slow. I'm sending double BZ ramp. Okay, so we were kind of right in this scenario. They are sending mostly everyone bowl. Sending 1 CS's top. Double Fosh B is going lower side. They have served the back, but they are pushing i7s up the hill. Your free cam. I don't really know why 1 is not being pushed, but I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. But this is also a thing people do. I mean, most people do this with 260s because i7s are a bit too slow for this. Because I mean, you'll see we kind of catch them. And we get kind of lucky a little bit, but so yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to punish our overpush. i7s are also a bit slow to punish a repush or punish a straight over mid. So you can also use that if they have i7s. You have a possibility of over pushing mid because they're just not fast enough to get to this corner and shoot the cross. They might get like 1 or 2 shots on like late people, but like the first 260s, if you have 260s, will not be punished. Or i7s, I mean, they didn't get punished at all. Like you can look, like all of these people's health is very high. No one really got punished. Yeah. I mean, technically, right now, both of the BZs, me and Sav, should be going up our side of the hill, just in case, just to win the hill. But we get a fire here, and we killed this guy, and then Tanks is left in a 1v1 versus Zitten on the hill. We get another fire, but I mean, Tanks would win that over time anyway, because he has more TPM and more health. It is my phone, if you heard that. I'm very sorry. But yeah, they just repush mid because they have no other option. If they just sit in mid, sit in bowl, they just die over time. So they try and repush, and we just have them in crossfire. Really, not really much they could do. I mean, the game is still close, so you still need to be careful and focus fire and all that shit. But we will eventually just win this game, or people not having positions, basically. We just have better positions than they do. There's not really much they can do about it. And yeah, since his i7 dies, it's kind of game over. And yeah, so much health, but yeah. Like these kind of things that are like this is quite, I mean, so cringe to say, but like high level shit, and not a lot of people will ever do this against you. Anything below like 1400, I don't think will ever do this. I mean, maybe people will now if, I don't know, someone watches the video and wants to try it out, but you take 260s, but most teams will never do that. They will just play mostly full topside or full bowl or some kind of split. They won't do this, I don't think, against you. But I mean, you can always think about it as a possibility when you see a Sturv and no BZs, you know? You can always think about these things. But that's all the examples from South. Okay, so, I mean, thing is about Cliff, you can probably just copy strats from both sides, really, if you're playing full top, full bottom. So yeah, I mean, let's just do a basic bowl strat. Like my basic bowl would be this. I think it's you can bring 50 bees, it's up to you. I just like Fosh bees now, but nothing wrong with 50 bees. I think, yeah, that's my basic bowl strat. Yeah, I mean, if they come full bowl, you fight. You probably send 2 to the rock and play. The BZs, you decide what you want to do. Do you want 2 of them to come in? Do you want 2 to kill whatever's here and then come in? Up to you. If they come full top against this, remember, you do not go to this side. I mean, you only go to this side if they have a lot of CSs going up the hill. If they don't, you go this side basically every single time, because you can't risk them dumping over mid with very little punish. And if they still do a dump over mid, then you punish, punish, and then you push in behind, leaving. If they have 50 Bs on lower, you leave 1 with your double Fosh. If they have no 50 Bs and only like 1 lower, you can just go with everything, and the double force will just cover the bowl, so they can't retake it. If this CS that's coming sees them coming full top, hopefully your BZs will do this and just stay in the houses, so they can't be killed, really, because the enemy team will have to commit into the houses. They can't get free kills close. But that's something the FC kind of has to micro. But yeah, if you see them coming full top, you tell people to go into the houses. If they do this, I mean, in the example, I re-pushed top side and just took hill and pushed over mid. You can do that also, or you can choose you want to fight. It's up to you. Because you're full ball, I doubt they fight you. They're more likely to push over mid, but you have to see what the enemy does and watch for it. There's not really much else you can do, or I can tell you. You just need to see what the enemy team does and react accordingly. Let's just do a full topside play. I don't know why I'm deleting these BZs, but okay, let's just do 3 BZs again. We'll just go hill, so 4 CSs. I think for this I would bring 50 Bs because they're faster to run away. I mean, if you don't want to take 50 Bs, you don't have to. You can even leave like 1 IS7 or 260 lower side just to spot them, and then he runs away back to this rock. You can also do that. I just like 50 Bs to punish them going ball, and then they run away. But you can do it with whatever tank. I would be against putting a 9-0 lower side because it could tell the enemy team what you're doing. Especially for this lineup. If you bring 1 9-0, 4 CSs, 3 BZs, I would bet a lot of money that you're going topside, just based off your lineup. If you bring a 260 lower side, I can't tell that you're going lower side with 1 260. It's impossible. You can't read that. 50 Bs, they're more likely to be here, but you could also bring them here if you wanted, to either punish this or punish them going hill. Anyway, let's continue with the rest of the lineup. And then we bring an STRV, so they can't play against hill against us. This strat is technically better for defending because you're not forced to take the fight on hill, because they might just, I mean, from south, there's a better chance of going up the hill, simply because you can't really punish it from lower side. I mean, you can go like here, I think, and you can shoot up, but you get like 2 shots max, so you can't really do that. So they normally can get up the hill. If you're defending, then you can just chill on lower with the CSs and then just wait for them to do something. And they can't overpeak because you have a stuff, right? If you're attacking, you're going to have to do something with these 260s. Really, you don't really have a choice if you're attacking. You probably go hill, and you probably will have to go around the hill with something and get like these positions. But yeah, against full top, yeah, it depends. If you can swing a few 260s to bow, that'd be great. Again, all the 260s should be taking speed gov, so they are fast as possible. Ideally, you have jack of all trades on your crew, on your commander. So you know, if your driver dies, you're not immobile. But I think it's worth the trade-off myself. Especially if you're going bowl, you need speed gov. But topside, I would still take speed gov myself, but it's up to you if you are afraid of getting crew damaged. Other than that, I mean, there's not really much you can really do. If they come full bowl, you can either, I mean, you probably come around the hill again with your 260s and get to here and then force them to re-push into you, or they just hold this and eventually they hopefully should lose after you repush. They're coming full top. You hopefully, yeah, you get ball with something, ideally, because you can't really punish this. I mean, you can come here with your 260s to punish them going up at the start, if they're going up with BZs or something. I mean, you might get some shots if you're really quick with 260s on CSs, but I don't think you will. But, I mean, you can tell the enemy lineup. If you see 4 CSs or 5, you can also think they're going hill. So you might even, be like, okay, well, I'm just going to send 260s ball, or 260s ball, and just gamble that they're not playing ball. I mean, you can sit on this corner and wait, but you just go in, take ball for free, you shoot them, hopefully you win the video game. For a more difficult strat, I guess, would be, or it's a lot more microing from the FC, and the players need to be a bit more quick on what they're doing, and to kind of think for themselves like a little bit. Okay, we bring 3 IS7s, we bring 3 CSs that are pushing the IS7s, we bring double BZ because we like ramp control, and then we bring double 260 just for some crossfire. So very quickly on this strat, because there's just kind of too much to explain really. These IS7s, they take Krausers and speed gov and turbo, and you're just going to bowl with the CSs and IS7s. If they're playing full top or some kind of split, you just take ball or take the ball fight, and then they go here. If they go up the hill, you can shoot it, or you just more than likely will just push into this with the 6 of you. The double BZ will be here to shoot them as they probably cross back over themselves. The I7s and CSs can be punished a little bit from these angles from BZs if they stop, or 260s, but it's a hard shot. One of you may die, but it's a price I'm willing to take. That Shrek meme, because you just get all the control, hopefully. Then these 260s, you need to decide what they want to do. If they want to come close to also punish, or I don't know, wait in the house if they're going to repush or something. Again, if they're coming full top, you still do this. Because you can shoot them going up the hill, basically. And then you leave your double BZ here with the double 260, because you just need to stop them going up the hill. After you've kind of caused a stalemate of like they don't want to go up the hill because your punish is too much, you can then, if they have 50 Bs, you start kind of working on either pushing them away or spotting them, so then you can send your BZs up the hill, so you win hill. There is an option, if they're coming full top and nothing here, then you can just take ball for free, and then you just decide, okay, screw it, I'm just going to send my I7s up with my BZs, so I have 5 going up the hill, and that's, I mean, what, that's like 3 times 5, so like 15k health-ish, right? It's probably a bit less because they have like 2.8, so probably like 13.5 or something going up the hill. Double 50B is not going to kill that. Like you just can't. So you can maybe just decide, if there's like 3 tanks hill, you just say, screw it, I am winning hill. But I mean, there's always a chance that they repush this after you do this, so you need to be careful. But this is a bit harder. There's quite a lot of microing you need to do of an FC, so I wouldn't recommend this if you're like a beginner. God, it sounds so cringe to say, but I would keep just either full top, full bottom. You can, mix in like, oh, they're going full top, so I will gamble and send like 3 lower, so I get ball for free. But this is very hard. I mean, this is the strat I use For now, at least, I'll probably have to make a new one after this video because people will know my strat when they play against me. So I will probably be starting to make some new strats, or I will be talking to my cliff expert within the clan about making some new ones. So this is just one example of just reading a lineup. To me, it looks like they're just going topside, basically instantly when I see this. When I see double E5 and Sturv, I'm guessing it's topside. The 3 CSs out of guessed hill. Like they could be playing hill, or I don't know, maybe like 2 hill, 1 G2, but probably full hill. Yeah, I mean, like they could play downside with this lineup if they wanted to. It's just unlikely. Like they could send the double E5 top with like a BZ. The 3 CSs come to bowl straight from top side. Wait a second. So they could come with like 3 CSs like this, 1 BZ here, the double E5 here with a Sturv. But like that's just so unlikely that I don't think it will ever happen. They're more likely, you know, just to send their 3 CSs hill, Sturv at the back, E5's here, double 50B here, maybe a tank lower, maybe, and then everything else is topside. I'm trying to go around the hill. Right, so let's see what they do. Nothing happening. Okay, they're not bold, just as we thought. They're sending only that 3 scissors up the hill, shocking. And if I had to speed cov here, I would be able to hit the CSs, but I'm a bit slow. Like so I get 1 shot still, but I should have like been here by the time like I was like on that bit there. Luckily he also just unaware. But you know, instantly send more tanks back to reinforce this. And they try and go around the hill, but they can't really. Because I have this, so they're stopped into this dip, which doesn't really give them much. And this was a mistake trying to send Cthulhu and Jeffrey around the hill, to be honest. It just wasn't needed at the time. Should just wait. Because we just need to retake hill and we win the video game. So we can speed up a little bit. I mean, I should have waited for the no-name, but like honestly, I kind of just thought this game was already over because yeah. Unlucky Noggy's driver dies here, so he gets stuck on the rock. So it's quite unfortunate. But we get up. We force all the CSs to drive off. They try and repush our guys on the outside, but now we have hill, so it's impossible really. Should technically do a bit better here with shielding probably. Should have been like shielding here probably with most of our team. Jeffrey's in a good position, but we should have just gone out wide to secure this kill instead of fighting these people. But like it's fine. I tell them to go now. Kill the outside. They try and push up in the mid because they just dive from behind if they don't. Ball was lost in that time, but it's fine. We will just repush it again and kill everything. So yeah, it's quite a very nice game. Predicted exactly what that strat would be. Adjusted my strat accordingly just by sending a few more topside than I normally would. Yeah, a very easy game. That's all. So yeah, see you in the next one. Okay, here's another example from North. Going against 775, which I think are Hungarians. I think they're like the underclan of Drake, which are now Zwak, I think. This lineup, to me, I mean, so many BZs, it's probably full top. They don't have 50 Bs, so you can also look at that and be like, my CSs can probably go up the hill straight with no worries. Nothing should be really in time to punish them, so you could, with my lineup, I could go, I think they're playing full top, which I think they do. I would do some kind of split with like double CS going up the hill, with all my BZs and IS7s going top, with my 260s going lower. I think I actually do that in this game. Like again, like this 9-0 again is kind of like telling me that they're going full top, and they'll just keep the 9-0 and lower. And I don't know, like the rest of the Russian heavies, they will just go topside. They might go around the hill with double 277, or the 260. We will see. I mean, my lineup kind of count as full top, really. I mean, my split is very good. Because I have a Sturv, they can't really play hill against me, or they just get punished for peeking on the top of hill. I don't go. Yeah, as we see, they are full top. I don't think this route with CS is amazing. It's fine. When I see them coming full top, I tell my team to come to this side because, right, you only go. I'll explain the strat sketch. That'll be easier, right? If they're coming full top, get rid of that guy. If they're coming full top from south, and you're going bowl, unless they have like 5 or 4 CSs going up the hill, you always come to this side. So you just swing and you come to this side. And just you make sure that they can't overpush you, because like that is the only threat in this scenario. Wait a second. Getting used to OBS still. Like that's their only play right now. They can either do an overpush or they swing to bowl, and like right now they look like they're just coming straight over the top. So I tell my team to come to this side, and I mean they do swing to bowl with their team. We play a little too passively here. Like Nogi should probably be with the other BZs, but I understand why he came here, because he was expecting an overpush. We should keep like one IS7 here, double IS7 in the houses for crossfire. But other than that, like it's fine. When they do the ball, I don't fight it because, I mean, firstly, I think they outnumber us there, and I mean, like right now, if they stop, like right now, and turn around, then we might be in some trouble. But they kind of just keep on going. If this was just like a rivals team or a clan showdown team, it'd be a bit more iffy to push over mid right now, because they could have just sat on the corner. They could just sit on this corner, or they go like this, and then they just turn back and then they start shooting mid. So technically, what you could do after they do this is you just send your double BZ hill, because they have no 50 Bs. You just go up the hill. I mean, we are now anyway, because you should always just get hill when they have hill themselves. But you could play this game slow if you wanted. You could just retake mid with all your tanks, go up the hill with enough to win the hill, which is obviously just 2 BZs should be enough to win that, and then we just take around the hill, and then we can just take full topside off them. Because they have these 2 guys on hill that are just dead. This guy will die eventually because we will just push. We will just go around the hill with like, I don't know, maybe 260s, maybe like 3. 3 of us will then just push like this. This guy dies. They're stuck in here. We have mid. We have hill. They lose. So if you're gonna repush bow, you need to be careful. Well, they need to be careful that I don't I can't do this, so they just need to turn and shoot me.